Hi everyone, my name is Fred Haiman and I'm with the law firm of Haiman Hogue. We are a faith-based estate planning and elder law firm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Today I'm going to answer some questions on what happens to debts when somebody passes away. We get that question all the time, that my father passed away and I'm having to administer his estate, I'm having to probate his will. Do I have to pay all the debts? What happens with my dad's debts? The reality is the debts belong to the person that had them. So one of the things I get questions for all the time is when a spouse dies, spouse number one dies, is spouse number two, the remaining surviving spouse, responsible for that spouse's debts? And the one thing unique about Texas is that although we are a community property state, we are not a community debt state. And so you are not responsible for the debts of your spouse, and you're not responsible for the debts of parents. Only their estate is. So the estate is looked at the time of probate or at the time of administering the estate to see if there's any money to pay debts. A lot of your creditors, a lot of the people that are owed money to, will never ever get paid in reality, because most of the creditors are unsecured creditors like credit cards, like medical bills, etc. And so when we administer an estate, we look at what is the estate made of. If the estate is made of a house, the house doesn't have to be sold to pay debts. If you have cars, if you have other things like that, they can't force the sale of assets to pay debts. We can only look at what cash is available. And then we look at what gets paid and in what order. The Texas Estate Code decides who gets paid and in what order they get paid in. The first thing to get paid is funeral expenses. So if somebody has paid for those funeral expenses, that person has a right to reimbursement before any debts are paid. The second thing that is paid, and you can tell who makes the laws, is attorney's fees, your legal fees to do this. So the attorneys get paid. Then we go on down the line, and credit cards and unsecured creditors are like 7, 8, 9 on the list. They're way down the list. So whenever you have an estate, when you have an estate issue, the best thing that you can do is hire a reputable, experienced probate attorney to make sure you do this right. I tell my clients when they hire me, I want you to pay only two things. I want you to pay for things that can be taken away and things that can be turned off. So what can be taken away? A house, a car, things secured like that. What can be turned off? Utilities, things like that. So we only pay those two things. Everything else gets put on hold and goes through the probate process. The probate process requires us to put notice to creditors, and it requires the creditors to jump through hoops in order to even try to get paid. So you need to make sure that you have somebody that knows what they're doing help you through this process. I hope this has helped answer some questions on dealing with debts, but I know you're going to have more questions, so be free to happy. We would love to answer any other questions that we can help you with at Haiman Hogue. We're going to put a number on the screen, so just please give us a call. We'd love to help you. Thank you for listening to me today, and God bless.